Hey, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long, hot, sticky day. Can you not tell? I just feel like I melted today. I am so sweaty and I am so looking forward to this nighttime routine. I wanted to do a nighttime routine full of some of my favorite products, a routine full of holy grails, if you will. These are things that just serve my skin so well time and time again. But before we get into the video, I gotta wash my face. I gotta do a really good double cleanse. I've got thick sunscreen, thick makeup, sticky grossness. I'm so looking forward to washing my face in just a minute. And then I'm just gonna quickly shower. I gotta freshen up and then we're gonna get right into the skincare routine. So you guys know the drill. Give the video a big thumbs up. I'm gonna get refreshed and I'll see you in just a moment for this Holy Grail nighttime routine. Okay, so first I want to do a really good double cleanse because I've got thick mineral sunscreen on, I've got lots of makeup and lots of sweat caked onto my face. So I'm going to go in for the Sioris Fresh Moment Cleansing Oil and it's almost empty. This is my second bottle of this. I'm probably going to go in for a third. I've used this oil quite a bit and I like the texture. It's definitely a medium cleansing oil, but it's not super thick. It's kind of like medium light. It's got great kind of glide on the skin and it does what it needs to do. It breaks through that makeup, it breaks through the sunscreen really effortlessly, and it rinses away without a residue. So I really like this one. And I'm just really working it into my skin because I'm wearing a pretty tough sunscreen today. I've been testing out and I know it's going to be really hard to get off of my face. So I want to make sure I'm doing a really good job right now. So now I'm going to go in for the Bioderma Sensibio Cleansing Gel. This is a new favorite of mine, but it's been serving my skin so well. It's incredibly gentle on my skin, but it actually cleans really effectively because there's some of my favorite really gentle cleansers. Sometimes they don't always feel super duper clean. Do you know what I mean? Especially for a tough job like today. I definitely trust this cleanser to get in there to lift off any remaining sweat and grime off of my face, but not strip it of any moisture. So I've been really enjoying this one. It's very, very gentle. It's respectful, but it's tough working too. Oh, that feels so good. I mean, I always feel super satisfied when I wash my face at the end of the night, but I feel especially satisfied right now because, it was just gross. It's been a hot summer. For a lot of us it has been, but yeah, it's been a little bit rough. So I'm just gonna shower down really quickly. I just washed my hair last night, so I'm really hoping that I can preserve it because I don't want to wash my hair again. But I gotta get the sweat off. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back and I'm feeling a lot more refreshed, a lot better. There's just nothing like coming home after a long day and just washing the day away. You know what I mean? It just feels so good, especially on a hot day. So I did do a couple sprays of the Roche-Posay thermal spring water just to kind of keep my skin hydrated and not drying out as I got set up here with the camera. And now I'm just going to go in for a couple layers of toner. You know the drill with my skincare routines. Lots and lots of hydration right at the beginning of the routine. So I'm going to go in for the Make Preme Safe Me Relief Essence Toner, which you know is a new favorite of mine. I absolutely love this one. So this is just everything I love about a toner. It's watery, it's quickly absorbed, but it's really deeply replenishing to my skin. Not just hydrating, but replenishing. And that's what my skin really craves. Lots of deep, deep replenishing hydration. And that's what this brings without a thickness or a body to it. So it feels really wonderful. And my skin is starting to feel a little dried out, so it feels really good. I always layer my toner up a couple of times. This is a really great trick if you haven't tried it already, especially if you're somebody who does a good, amount of hydration in their routine. You don't have to go in with essences and toners and serums to get all of your hydration needs. I mean, you can if you want to, if that brings you joy, but sometimes it's more effective, cost-wise, but also just easier all around to just layer up your toner a few times and save out on all the extra products. So I'm just going to let that kind of settle into my skin. I did 2 layers of toner and I honestly think that's all I need. Sometimes I do 2 layers, sometimes I do 3, 4 layers. It's all about what my skin needs in the moment. And this is what practicing skin tuition is all about, you know, intuition about your skin. You really got to kind of like drop into your body, tune in, be a little bit mindful during your skincare practice, and you're really going to be able to adjust your skincare products, how much you're applying, what type of layers. You're really going to be able to tune into what your skin needs, and you're going to be able to fine tune your skincare routine really effectively. So quickly, I just want to talk about the Roche-Posay thermal water and why I included it in this routine of like holy grail products, because honestly, you know, it wasn't just to keep my skin like hydrated while I set up the camera. I actually have been using this a lot this summer, and it's become really like a staple in my routine, especially right out of the shower, where your skin can feel a little bit dehydrated from all the hot water and steam. It feels so good and refreshing. Yes, it's fancy water in a can. It definitely is, but there is a little bit of something extra to this water in a can that really kind of calms the skin. It really cools it down. It refreshes it. It's got a really nice effect, and it's just water. So it's a really easy additional step to add into your skincare routine, and it's been really nice with all of these hot temperatures. So now I'm going to go in for essence, and you know I love a good essence. These are also very extra products, but I really enjoy them. And I'm going to go in for one of my newer favorites that I discovered earlier this year. It is the Dr.ceuracle Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. So you know I'm obsessed with this. This is my second bottle, and you know, I think if I had to boil it down to just one specific thing that I really enjoy about this product, I think it's just the fact that it brings hydration and moisture to my skin in one kind of lightweight layer. I really like that. Even in the hot season now, you know, I do still crave a little bit of moisture. My skin is truly combination. You know, I'm always dealing with dehydration and sensitivity, but my skin type is combination. I do still produce a good amount of oil, but I'm also very dry in my U zone. So I do need to figure out how to balance both areas of my skin. And so this is actually like the perfect product to do that, because it's not overwhelming for the oily areas. This is just for my skin personally, but it brings a nice amount of hydration and a nice amount of creamy moisture into my skin without it being heavy or sticky or thick or greasy, which is all things I do not want tonight. As far as other benefits go that I've noticed with this toner, you know, I think that this just kind of like helps my overall complexion just be a little bit more healthier, a little bit brighter. I don't know that it's like super effective on dark marks, which I do have a few of those that I'm working on right now, and I've got other products that will address that. But I just mean like that kind of like healthy, kind of even toned look to the skin. I think that this definitely helps with that. There's some fermented tea in here, and I do feel like tea as an ingredient tends to help with my complexion and just overall, you know, just help improve the health of my skin. All right, so my skin feels really nice and balanced right now. Just that combination of the Make Cream Toner and the Dr.ceuracle Kombucha Essence was like the perfect amount of balance for my combo skin. So now I'm going to go in for serum. Now I've been playing around with a handful of serums this summer. I haven't been like terribly like adventurous with my serums, I will admit. But since this is a routine about holy grail products or like top favorite products, I think you probably know what serum I chose for tonight. It is the by Wishtrend Polyphenols in Propolis 15% Ampoule. Yeah, of course it is. You know I love this. I don't know how many bottles I've been through. I just opened this one a couple of weeks ago. I think this might be my 4th bottle, but it's possible that it's the 5th. I honestly have lost track. I don't know. It's been a lot. You know, I talk about it a lot. You've heard about it a lot. And the reason why I like it, it's actually for 2 reasons. I love propolis. Like, that is an ingredient that treats my skin really, really well. It's another one that hydrates and moisturizes the skin in a light texture. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It's got wonderful healing properties to it. It's also an ingredient that brings a nice nice glow to the skin. You know I love Propolis. And we do have another ingredient here. It's not just the Propolis alone. There's 59% of H. cordata extract, which is really effective for me and pimples. This is something that I actually discovered through this product. I'm like, this H. cordata is very helpful for getting my pimples to start to like heal up and like speed up that pimple cycle and get them out of my life without irritating my skin, stripping it, exfoliating it, irritating it, because I have sensitive skin. I can only do so much with active like chemical exfoliants and things. I have to be very careful about that. So when I do get some pimples, like it can be tricky to treat those, and this is one of those gentle, non-stripping ingredients that really brings that wound healing ability to my skin, that really helps speed up the pimple, bring the anti-inflammation benefits, bring the antibacterial benefits. No fail, when I put this into my routine, if I'm starting to get pimples, if I'm starting to get breakouts, my skin is calmer within a day or two. It really does work that fast for me, and I so appreciate that, because with sensitive skin, you don't usually get those fast-acting ingredients. Since there's only 15% of propolis in here, it's got a little bit of a lighter texture to it. It definitely is lightly moisturizing, but it's just not as thick and like so gel-like some of the other propolis serums that I enjoy, especially in like the winter and fall. So this is actually a really nice texture for summertime because it's not overwhelming for my skin, but it does bring a little bit of moisture into the party. All right, so now it's eye cream time, and I have a lot of different favorites, and I've been playing around with a couple of new eye products, but I gotta go back to one of my old favorites that never fails me, especially in the summertime, and that is the Klairs Fundamental Eye Awakening Gel. I just love the texture of this. It is like a cooling, like it just feels so good right now. It's a cooling, refreshing gel texture, but it's not the type of gel texture that like you put on and it just disappears. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes there's such thin gel textures that like it feels good in the moment, and then it's like it doesn't really feel like it locked down anything or super plumped or hydrated your skin. This isn't that type of gel texture. This has some oomph to it without overwhelming the skin with a lot of moisture or greasiness. This is a really nice alternative if you don't like creamy eye creams. And look, I like a creamy eye cream, but like sometimes it is too much in the summertime. I put on a really generous pump. Okay, I put like so much onto my ring finger. I had no idea I like over applied this eye cream. It happens sometimes, right? You put like too much eye cream on your hand. If that happens, just use the remaining amount on your neck, because a lot of times the eye cream ingredients that help with the fine lines and help to plump up the skin, it actually helps your neck too. So I usually like to use a little bit of eye cream on my neck if I have a little extra on my hands. It's a nice tip for you if you get caught in the situation where you just got a little bit too much eye cream on your hands. But anyways, I love this one. Pretty much all year round, I do enjoy it. But really for the summertime, like I have to have this in my arsenal. I've had it like every summer for like the last 3 summers because it's just so enjoyable, so lightweight. It plumps the eye area up, makes it look so good. We've got, I think it's 4 different peptides in here, which I absolutely love to help with fine lines and wrinkles. So it's not just about plumping and hydrating the eye area. We've got some preventative well aging happening with this formula as well. So it wouldn't be a holy grail routine if I wasn't using Stratia Liquid Gold. I feel like all of my skincare routines are basically the same, but I have to tell you, that's not a bad thing. I mean, skincare is all about being consistent, finding those products that work for you time and time again. And for me, this is just one of those products that does not fail me, and I have not failed it. I mean, I've been loyal to this product since 2018. Like, it's been a hot minute, but it just serves my skin so well. So the reason why I really like it, I mean, the main reason why I'm always talking about it is because it's so barrier supportive. Ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, it definitely helps on tretinoin nights. It helps whenever I'm using any type of exfoliant. It keeps my moisture barrier strong. That's definitely its main function in my skincare routine. But this also has 4% of niacinamide in it, which is great for brightening up the skin skin. It's also a barrier supportive percentage of niacinamide, but it also has some well-aging or anti-aging benefits to it as well, because it can help stimulate collagen production. So for me, this is like an all-in-one type of product. Barrier support, brightening, we've got well aging. So I mean, it makes sense to stay loyal to a product like that, does it not? And one of my favorite ways to use this, now, you know, I could just put a little bit of this all over my face and that would feel really nice, but I really enjoy putting a drop or two of facial oil mixed into the liquid gold and then apply that. It is so nourishing. It's so comforting. It makes my skin so moisturized and plump, but it also like makes the layer not so heavy. I know I'm mixing two rather rich products together, but it makes the texture just right and my skin just goes, it just sucks it up. It feels so, so good. It's not going to be right for everybody, but it definitely makes my skin super happy. So just a pump of liquid gold. And then I have been in love with the chia seed oil from The Ordinary. And this is also a moisture barrier supportive oil. It's got a high content of omega-3s and 6, I think, which are really good for your skin's lipid layer. So just like 3 drops, we'll do 3. And then I just kind of like mix it up on the back of my hand. I don't always do this in the morning in the summertime, just to kind of like keep my routine a little bit lighter, a little bit simpler. But definitely at nighttime, I always am doing this at night because that's really when I'm focusing on keeping, you know, my skin super moisturized, making sure my moisture barrier is really nice and strong. And that's when I can tolerate slightly heavier layers at nighttime. But during the day, I've got sunscreen on top of that. I'm sweating. Sometimes I don't want it, especially when it's super hot. So sometimes I just do this at night. All right, so tonight I'm going to use a little bit of a treatment with azelaic acid. Now, you know, I am obsessed with this ingredient. It is my hero exfoliant because it really helps me and my clogged pores, which I'm very prone to. And I usually get a little bit more in the summertime with sweating. And as I said, a lot of times on my channel, I've been really dedicated to fitness over the last couple of months. And so that means more sweat, which sometimes leads to more clogged pores and sometimes pimples. So I have kind of had to sort of step up my exfoliation game this summer a little bit more than I have in the past. Now, I do use a Curology prescription. It's tretinoin with azelaic acid and niacinamide. I use that like 3 times a week maximum. That's what my sensitive skin can handle. And that definitely most of the year takes care of all of my exfoliating needs. It really does. It's a great combination of ingredients in one little potent prescription. But like I said, I've really had to kind of step it up just a little bit more because I have been noticing a few more clogged pores this summer. So tonight is actually not a tretinoin night. And what I have been doing is adding in just azelaic acid 1, maybe 2 nights a week, and that's it, just as like a booster, just to kind of help oomph up my like skin cell turnover and to really help aid my tretinoin and azelaic acid Curology prescription. So this is the Paula's Choice 10% azelaic acid booster. Now, you know, I've been raving about this all summer long because it's really been helping my skin out a lot. Now, the traditional way to use this, an azelaic acid in like a cream texture, would be to put a thin layer of this all over your face before moisturizer. That's one way that you can do it. The way that I am personally doing it, and the way I would suggest using it if you have sensitive skin, is to put a small squeeze of this mixed into your moisturizer. This is a technique called buffering, and you've seen me do this with my tretinoin prescription as well. What this does is it kind of like slows down the release of the ingredient. It doesn't necessarily weaken it or make it less effective, but it makes it a lot more gentle on your skin. You will still see results, but you're just not going to experience like the irritation that you could get if you were to put this straight onto your skin. Like I said, especially if you have sensitive skin, you could experience a little bit of irritation. I do have sensitive skin. I do very well with azelaic acid, but because tretinoin is like I'm in this like really like intense relationship with it, if you know what I mean. It's a very powerful ingredient. It's very potent, and 3 times a week is all I can do. But because I'm using that prescription, I don't want to push my skin, you know, any further than it needs to go. And so that's why I stick to this application method, because it really helps me ensure that my skin stays in a strong state, just giving me a little extra boost of the azelaic acid in here to help with the clogged pores. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of moisturizer around my eye area first, because I don't necessarily want to put the azelaic acid on my eye area. So make sure I've got some moisturizer there. And then I'm gonna put a squirt of moisturizer on my hand. So that's the azelaic acid, and then that's the moisturizer. So a little bit bigger than like a pea size amount. And I use like a small amount of moisturizer because then, you know, it mixes up really well. I can apply evenly on my face, and then if I need a little bit more moisturizer, I can put another layer of that on top if I feel like I need it. And I forgot to say, I'm using the Illiyoon 8O Ceramide Concentrate Cream, which I probably don't have to talk about too much because you know I love it so much. Of course, it's in this Holy Grail routine video. So I'm just kind of like dotting this across my face to ensure that I'm getting even application. I mean, maybe not that even, but like an even layer, and then just work it in. And I love the Polish choice for a couple of reasons. The texture is super silky and elegant. It mixes super well with your moisturizer. Another reason why I really like this method with this particular product. It also has a little bit of salicylic acid in it. It's not just azelaic acid. There's some licorice root in here for brightening and soothing the skin, and there's salicylic acid, which is definitely going to help with my clogged pore situation, right? So this is just something I do, you know, like I said, once, twice a week maximum. I don't do it a lot. I'm just really using it as a supplement to my Curology prescription, because I do need just a little bit extra this summer. And then when the temperatures get a little bit cooler, my skin goes a little bit drier, I probably won't be doing this anymore, but for summer, it's been perfect. Oh, my skin feels so good. There is nothing like, well, I'll tell you, my skin felt really good when I washed it, right? But it feels even better now, because there is nothing like the perfect combination of products. Do you know what I mean? The right amount of hydration and moisture, the right products coming together in the right layers, in the right consistency, and the right textures absorbed into the face just at the right time. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing like nailing that combination. It's not just about the individual products being great, it's about how they work together. And I just have to tell you, that combination was amazing. My skin feels so hydrated, moisturized, plump, comforted, nourished, protected. Like, it just feels really stinking good right now. And I feel very happy because I was feeling super gross at the beginning of this video, and now I'm feeling clean and fresh and ready to just kind of like relax a little bit tonight, maybe hit the sheets a little bit early, take care of myself, and yeah, it feels really, really good. This was a routine of, like I said, Holy Grail top products that I totally recommend. So if any of them sound interesting to you, I'll link everything in the info box for you to check them out. But like I said, I highly recommend all of them. They're beautiful products on their own. And for me and my skin, they worked beautifully together. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you have not already, especially if you made it to the end of this video, you enjoyed it, but you haven't hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe so you can see more skincare content from me. All right, I hope you guys have a fantastic night. I hope you're healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.